Vulture
We're on.
Network.
Okay, so let it begin. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm Eddie Reese Antonio.
It's Mo.
And it's your boy, it's your boy Salem here.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row. Does that make him like a regular now?
No, so Eddie negotiated a contract.
Yes,
behind
he's
your back,
agreed
Mo.
to terms.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Money has been settled.
yeah, put into the bank account, and he said, "Listen, we want you back on the show." So I thought another week,
Just 1 week. Let's do some ongoing one, week to week.
just one extra week.
Week to week contracts.
Oh.
What's been going on, guys?
It's the new year.
2021 is here. We're in the future.
It's exactly the same as last year.
Yeah.
Literally.
So what you guys been watching? Well,
Right.
actually, I'm curious. This week, guys, we're going to talk on Soul, Pixar's latest that came out over Christmas that I finally got to watch. I know Salem's seen it. He's also finally seen Wonder Woman, so I'm interested to get his take on that. And
Alright.
little bits of news, not much.
And we've got 2 episodes of Star Trek, 2 episodes of The Expanse.
I'm going to leave the expansion to you. I still haven't watched it.
Oh, man. I've been waiting. Like, it has been so good, Eddie. Like, I mean,
sure it
literally
has.
so good.
I will watch it this week.
So I take it you want my. So I didn't hear your review last week on Wonder Woman, right?
Yes,
Um,
your version is review.
Yeah, so but I've been hearing mixed reviews on this. So me and my wife, we decided to watch it over the weekend, and now here's the thing, right? I've been expecting this film because everyone's been saying it's awful. It's not everyone. It's been kind of a mixed bag, right? I've been seeing these pictures of Gal Gadot like this, like the little bum
Memes.
thumbnails that they make
Memes.
of taking a piss when she got beaten up and stuff like that.
Memes.
And I didn't hate the film. I didn't like the film. I'm like in the middle. I don't think it was bad, but at the same time, I don't think it was good. All right. My reason for that is, look, yeah, there were things in it. There was like the action was low. The
Mhm.
bad guy wasn't exactly great. Okay. But it wasn't overall bad like what everybody else was saying. So I just thought to myself, okay, I'm going to go into this. I'm going to take my critic cap off
Mhm.
and I'm just going to watch this, check this out, see how I really truly feel about it. It was bloody long. I did feel that. But overall, I didn't mind it. My partner, on the other hand, hated it.
Oh,
So,
so she's the one with the good taste then.
Yeah,
Pretty
she's
much.
definitely the one with the good taste.
It was fucking shit.
It wasn't that bad. It
Shit.
wasn't that bad. Come on.
How do you
Oh,
feel
what
about
you
Wonder
think?
Woman raping the
It-
guy?
it-
Raping the poor innocent man whose body was possessed and she didn't care. She didn't care. Just use that poor man.
Well, what
But-
part is this?
But would he really care, like with Wonder Woman?
Wait, but what part was this?
You didn't realize that for Trevor to come back, he possessed the body of that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man who
yeah,
had
that
no
guy.
choice in
So,
the matter and
At
was just
no
dragged
point
around.
did they ever like think about that poor guy.
Nope.
Never did they think like we've taken over his body, we've taken
Nope.
over his life.
He didn't care.
Don't care where he's gone.
Put him
Yeah,
in
but
dangerous
she did
situations.
care. She did. Hold
Put-
up.
But
she did.
Trevor put that man's body in dangerous situations where he was getting shot at and beaten up.
No.
They didn't
See,
give
you guys
a
have got it wrong,
damn.
right? Eddie, listen, you've never been in love, all right? So you
It's
don't
fake.
get
It
it.
doesn't exist.
If you fell in love, right?
You become a selfish son of a bitch. Only care about your
and
own
he
feelings.
came back, all right, into your life, then you. I
What?
think you went-
Hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
if you were going out with some girl, right, and she came back, right, and you really truly loved her, I don't think you will want to let go so easily.
But she's not seeing Trevor in reality. They just
it
did
doesn't
it.
matter, but Trevor's
Yes,
in the
it's
body.
just strange person's body that's saying I'm whatever the fuck, Steve Trevor.
Strange person. She knew.
And none of it, and hold on, and the other thing was none of it made sense, right? Why when people are wishing for like a wall to divide their land, a wall could pop out magically from the ground, but to bring Trevor back, he's got to take over someone's body.
Some poor guy that's
She never wished for that. She never said, "Give me Trevor back," but give me him in someone else's body.
exactly.
Yeah. Now, if you're saying which one do I prefer, yeah, of course I prefer the first one any day over this.
You
But
didn't like the first one either, though, did you?
No, I did. I thought the first one's okay.
What did you think of the bad guy,
Yeah, he's just all over the place, wasn't he?
Pedro?
Yeah.
Something like that. I thought he was I thought he was a damn good performance from him.
Yeah. No. Performance-wise, he was good, but he was just. I
Life
just
is
feel
good.
Huh?
It could be better.
Yeah, I look. It was just one of those films that you could sit down and watch and just not like.
Yeah, you're right. Not like some miserable view. What about Cheetah?
Yeah, I really didn't like Cheetah.
For the 2 minutes that we got to see.
Yeah, I didn't like Cheetah. I thought the CGI was a bit off. Well, she was always at night, wasn't she?
So apparently, I read something that Cheetah may be coming back for Wonder Woman 3.
Well, now.
But, yeah.
He's gonna double down on that.
Yeah. Does anyone care?
I think, yeah, the one thing that I really wished, like another one of the I think one thing, when you're watching a movie, right, and the opening scene has to be something that really truly stands out. And I felt that this opening scene was just too comical
in the mall.
All right. And it should not have been comical. It should have.
The opening scene was comical.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
like the one in. But that's not the. That's not the mall's not the opening scene though.
No. Sorry. Yeah, in the mall. That's what I mean.
No, but the literal opening scene is her like running around.
That's okay. I didn't mind that. That was good. That was good.
So you mean the second opening?
Yeah. Sorry, the second opening. Yeah. But yeah, that was a bit whack. But again, you sat there, you watched it, and that was it. But I didn't think it was really bad, as most people are saying it is.
So some of the stuff I've seen, apparently, and I don't. Obviously, looks like Patty Jenkins won this argument. The studio wanted her to either remove that opening scene or remove the mall scene.
Yeah, she kept both.
Yeah,
just indulgent. When they get too much power, man, you just can't. They don't want to listen to. You can't tell them either because you've given them too much power. And that film was too damn long.
It was very, very long.
So I usually don't complain about long films, but
the other thing is I watched, because it was so long, I watched it in 2 parts.
No, that would have helped. Watching it like a TV show would have helped. Chopping it up and just coming back to it later.
And maybe I didn't mind it as much because of that reason, because of breaking it up into 2 parts. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you're just taking in 2.5 hours, it's like friggin' system overload. But
we like this film. Surely that means that you're thinking this film is so bad, I need to go to sleep, wake up, and then watch the second part.
Nah, he's so exhilarated by it. The adrenaline was just too much, and it just knocked him out.
Yeah. Anyway,
so what do you rate it then out of 5?
So how many Wonder Bros do you give it?
Yeah, I'll give it 2.5.
You said you liked it.
No, I didn't say I liked it. I
think I gave it a 2.5. I think
you said it was the best DC film you've seen.
No, I didn't say I liked it. I said it was okay, but it was a 2.5-star movie.
That's not even average. That's not even 3 is okay. 3 okay. I'll
come on, 2.5 stars is like. I'm not saying the film was crap, but at the same time, I didn't mind sitting there watching it either.
Moderately entertained.
So would you watch it again?
No.
So definitely you did mind watching it?
Definitely wouldn't watch it again. But yeah.
Would you watch it again if they did a longer director's extended Snyder cut?
I would watch it if there was a Snyder cut.
3 hours. Okay, then. So what about our other film that we both got to see? Mo, did you get to see Soul?
I had. I think I had about that much interest in wanting to watch Soul. So depending on how you review it now, I may want to watch it or may not.
Okay. Sam, let's go first. Pixar's latest offering.
Yeah. So again, everybody's coming out and saying that this thing is really, really good. And
that's why.
Look, I liked as somebody who tries to be a bit spiritual. I liked what this had to offer in that way of thinking.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah. I don't think it was great. Personally, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling like it was like I was entertained. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I didn't feel like it had that Pixar Like, wow.
No.
Now, usually you watch a Pixar film, you finish it and it's like, damn, how did they do it? Again,
Yes.
how do they do it? And it probably doesn't help that I watched Coco for the first time over Christmas. That was their Latin American one that was like in Mexico. I never seen that one before. It was fucking good. It was really good. And that
I've
gave
heard
me
of
that.
that one.
Wait, is that the one with
It's the
the
Mexican
Rock
one.
in it?
No, that's Moana. That's the Polynesian one. This is the Mexican one.
All right,
Coco.
okay.
Came out a couple years ago, but it's freaking good, man. That gave me the Pixar feels where I'm like, wow, that magic's still there. But so, like, yeah, it was a nice film. It had cool ideas. It's a good one if you got kids there. It teaches some good lessons. But yeah, it didn't really impress me.
Yeah, I just think it was seriously well hyped.
Mm.
And maybe that was to do with Christmas and the kids like being like drawn to Disney and the parents just watching, saying, hey, check this movie out, and
Chat has
watching it all
been-
together as well.
Chat has been good on it though, way more positive than like a lot of the stuff I was seeing online with people talking on various platforms is that fuck Wonder Woman, Soul's way better. Go watch that.
Yeah, again, like I said, somebody said to me, this is like one of my favorites is I don't know, it's not done by Pixar, but is Ratatouille. I don't know if you've seen Ratatouille, Mo, but
I
again,
have. I just couldn't get into that one.
nah, all right, okay. But
Classic.
Ratatouille, and I if I had to compare it to Ratatouille, I think Ratatouille is much better. I mean, like I said, I love the ideas behind the movie, even at the very end, where it's like just appreciate what you have. It's the
Yeah.
simple things. It's not like the big grand things in life. It's the most simplest things that you have. Appreciate your friends, your family, the water, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
I
a good
love that
film.
message.
It's a
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
good
someone's
film.
ringing my bell. Hold on. Karen talking.
But
But
I didn't really think about it as, oh
Didn't
my
have the
God, you know
magic.
what? This is like a like you said, like a Pixar film that's knocked it out of the park again.
No magic was there. But yeah, it was cool. The animation was good. It felt really. How long was it? It was really felt really short. Maybe that's because of Scarred from Wonder Woman.
Yeah, maybe. No, to me, it didn't feel short. To me, it felt like a sort of the normal length, to be honest.
But go give Coco a watch though if you get a chance.
Yeah. What did you think of the main character in it?
Oh, the main dude,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. That's fine.
Did you? I liked. I mean, like some of the highlights of that film for me was that whole thing that whatever they introduced in the film, whatever it was, they kind of tied it up in another way. So whatever they introduced at the beginning, they tie it up really well towards the end.
What's that? Him wanting to play in that band.
Well, not just that. Like even things such as,
Or his mum.
yeah, even such as like, for example, they introduce those souls that, but they're not souls, but those feelings that basically are, they're going through some sort of psychosis, if you like, or, they're
The Lost Souls.
yeah. So they introduce it, and
Yeah,
then they introduce it again, but then
they
they
pay
complete
off.
it later
Yeah.
on.
The payoff.
Yeah. So I like the way they just connected everything into that movie. I felt a bit weird to do with, when they're at that place and those souls are basically, with their teachers, those weird little,
The Jerry's.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were really weird, man. But
Yeah, that
I
was.
like
I did not like that little one. The little Jerry that was
Yeah.
like chasing him around. Some reason I don't know whether it's because of the accent or something, but I really did not like that one. Really kind of creeped me out for some reason. I would have liked if he spent more time in like. I like the real world stuff, like when he's hanging in with his mom and her friends, and when he's at the
That's
barber
what
shop.
I liked.
That was the stuff I really enjoyed.
Yeah. See, I enjoyed that as well. And I think that's the thing, is that they've taken us to this other world that I think should have really felt like it's equally enjoyable as the
Yeah.
real world, but it just didn't really feel like. To be honest, when
Stylistically.
when they got to that part, when he goes there, I'm like thinking to myself, oh my God, is this it? Am I going to be here for the rest of the movie?
That's what I was thinking. Is this what this is going to be about? It's him as this little ghost doing bits and bobs. Yeah, but the real world stuff, the real people, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. It was
Mo, you should watch it because you like cats.
I was going to say, you guys have not sold this film to me at all.
So was Coco.
Cats.
I think like I think the last one I seriously enjoyed from Pixar was Finding Nemo.
Is that the last one you've seen?
I think that was the last one I remember watching that I enjoyed. Oh no, actually, Onward we watched last year, didn't we? That was pretty good.
That was this year.
No, that was last year.
Oh shit, 2020. Yeah, we're in 2021 now. Fuck. Yeah, Onward was fun. But
yeah, Onward was actually really good.
You've missed quite a lot though. You haven't watched Incredibles
I just am not interested in those films.
But they're good films. They're like that's what Pixar does great, is that they work on two levels. Kids can like them, but they're also done in the perspective of adults.
I've just moved on to more sophisticated things now.
They are though. Inside Out is about mental illness. It's fucking genius.
Just children's cartoon movies just don't appeal to me. I'm just not the target audience for Disney. I'm not troll. I'm saying, like, if you still want to watch childish movies.
Did you hear what I said? They work on two levels. They work for kids and adults.
He does not understand that.
Like a Republican.
I reckon, if Mo, but like you said, there's a few that you've seen that you've really enjoyed. So like
that was about 20 odd years ago, I think. Like Finding Nemo came out, right?
You know what? I didn't enjoy Finding Nemo
because you've got no soul.
Anyway, Eddie, what would you give it out of 5?
I'll give it 3.
Yeah, 3 souls. Same here. Go check it out, Mo. You'll really enjoy it.
If I've got nothing to do, I've still got like classics like The Godfather to get through. So it'll be like Soul, Godfather.
See, the only time we're going to watch The Godfather if we make it does it hold up? And
homework.
It's the only way you get to it. I've been saying this for years. So, anything else you got to see, Sam, during the week?
No, that's it. I did wish that I got to see Karate Kid, but Cobra Kai, but I didn't. But I'm looking forward to what Mo has to add to the conversation.
So, have you got any more things you need to say, Eddie, about things you've watched?
Nope.
No. You've had the whole of Christmas, and you've hardly watched like anything, right?
I watched loads of stuff, but not.
Right. So Cobra Kai, I thought you guys would be on it because like it's the first big show of the year. It dropped like on New Year's Day. I had the laziest day, literally. I think the only thing I did on like New Year's Day was like make coffee, order a takeaway, and watch Cobra Kai. That was about like the most strenuous thing was to walk downstairs to get my food. I've got to say this about Cobra Kai, right? It is cheesy. It is nonsensical. It just doesn't make sense. You just want to smack the characters in the face, but my God, like it's so enjoyable to watch. I really don't know how they managed to do it. It's like it should not work, but man, it is just so much like there is nothing better to just sit down and watch cheesy stuff like Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the pendulum swing a little bit with some people. That they feel like it's gone a little too far in the.
Oh no! Season 3 was very good. It was very, very good. In fact, they actually branched out. So like the first couple of seasons, the story only ever revolved around Karate Kid 1. So in season 3, they actually touch upon things from from part 2 and part 3.
So is there any? Come on, you got to tell me, man. Is there any special guests?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil it for you. I haven't seen it. Like if I take away that joy for you,
there are.
Yeah. Okay.
Not only are there some special guests, but at the end, I don't want to say. I'm not going to go into spoilers. Okay. I'll give you a week to watch it, and if you haven't watched it by the next time you're on this show, which will probably be like 6 months from now, I'll spoil it for you.
Right. Okay. Okay. So when you say, but isn't all the seasons actually like that? Where?
Oh yeah. They're all very cheesy.
Yeah, where sometimes you just want to slap some of the characters across the back of their head. And
the only thing I will say is like I really enjoy Johnny's character. I really like the way he acts, but like after 3 seasons of him doing the same thing over and over again, and his life just getting worse and worse, suddenly he's got to get to the point where if I keep acting this way, it's only going to end badly for me. Because he literally gets to the point in this episode where he takes like the only things he has left to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop won't buy it from him because it's all crap.
See, that's gonna get a bit frustrating though, because you want He's the star of this show. So you want him to begin to at least succeed a little bit.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping the way this season ended that he's now on the way to that journey. But the best thing about this season was you actually get to see John Kreese's backstory. Like why is he the way he is?
He's got Kreese. He probably
Yeah.
got like the same thing with Johnny, right?
Yeah,
No. He's got like his own backstory.
yeah, but like abusive dads.
Yeah, that sort of
That
thing.
same sort
like
of
that's the same thing with Johnny.
Not an abusive dad per se. Let's just say he was in the army and some stuff happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. So what?
mysterious.
You know what? I'm gonna actually. I so want to know his backstory now that I'm gonna go home and
Oh
watch it.
yeah, watch it, man. It's like I said, if you've enjoyed the other two,
Yeah.
and I don't know why like Eddie just decided not to watch season 2 or started watching it and then just said, I'm gonna save this for a later
Yeah.
date.
Actually, that's a good point. What was your reason for stopping it?
I just never got around to season 2. Just never started it.
The man's got so much of good stuff to watch.
Yeah, lucky me.
I want to point out to you guys there is a show called Devs, which I think you guys need to check out. I think it's on the iPlayer. It's an American show.
Spoke about this last week.
Yeah, I don't think we spoke about it on the show. I think we talked about it after we finished.
Okay.
I can't remember. Highly recommend you guys go and watch Devs, right? I can't tell you what it's about because that will spoil the plot. But essentially, it's about a guy who gets a job in a devs department. He goes missing, and his girlfriend goes on the hunt for the truth, right? And basically, this devs department, they've basically made the world's most earth-shattering discovery.
Are we spelling that, Mo?
It's just DEVS, devs.
You can look it up afterwards, Arlo. If you do it
No,
right.
no, if
then
you
just-
look at it now, you can bookmark it.
Poster. I want to see the poster. Okay. All right. Came out this year.
Yep.
Did you
Last
finish
No,
it?
it came out last year.
Yeah.
You finished
All
them
right.
all?
Yeah, done. It's only like 8 episodes, like a mini series. Like it's like a full self-contained story.
What was it on?
So I think it's an FX show, but I do believe it's on the iPlayer over here.
Okay.
I think we spoke about Love and Monsters last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
I also got to watch over Christmas break Freaky.
Oh, I've
With-
got that on my thing. I never got. I was hoping to squeeze it in before we did our list, but I never did. And
Yeah, don't worry, it wouldn't have made your top 5. It wasn't very good, I'll be honest. Vince Vaughn did actually a spectacular job of playing a 16-year-old girl. But that's where the problem for this film was. So Freaky Asylum is like imagine
no,
those.
I'm-
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
So in a normal like Freaky Friday film, you have two people who swap bodies who start living the other person's life better than they were. In this film, you didn't really get that. You got like the serial killer became a 16-year-old girl who suddenly just wanted to go around killing all the 16-year-old boys. And Vince Vaughn couldn't do anything because like every time he went out in public, people would see his face and run from him because like he's a serial killer. So they never really got that kind of dynamic. And I don't know, just the film just kind.
so everyone knew
Or
what the
just fell
serial
apart.
killer looked like.
Yeah.
That's a terrible serial killer. Then you can't really
It's
operate
a
when everyone
terrible
knows who you
serial
look
killer. Yeah, it just it's one of those sort of things like if you've got nothing else to watch and it's like Souls Freaky, probably try Freaky.
I actually I actually had that on my list to watch as well. But if you're
Yeah.
saying that, just stay away
You
from
might
that.
enjoy it more than me. You may be able to like buy into it more, but like I thought the concept was really great, and I think they really missed a trick by not calling it like Freaky Friday the 13th or something, because
Yeah.
the film was actually set like on Friday the 13th.
Exactly. So you're gonna give us a little rundown, or you want to wait for the sci-fi? What the fuck's it called?
Expand. Hold on, wait. I got two other things quickly. So, Project A2. Never seen that before. Watched it over the weekend.
Okay.
Jackie Chan, Project A2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you
'Cause
never seen it
you were saying-
before.
You were saying you haven't spoken about Jackie Chan for ages, Mo. So I thought I'd like quickly watch one.
You've never seen it
And
before.
I've never seen part 2 before. And you know what? People always say part 2 is worse than the 1, but I actually really like part 2. I thought it was a much grander story. You can actually
Yeah.
see how slick it is compared to the original one in that 4 or 5 year gap. Like how Jackie really honed his skills as a director, and it just
Yeah.
looks like a proper slick sort of production.
Wait, somebody remind me, what one's this again?
Project A.
So this Project A Part 2
sailor.
is the one where he's the sailor, but
Yeah.
he then becomes a chief of like police station, and
So-
all the police are corrupt.
Is this the one, right? Because I think I remember being bullied as a kid really badly, and there used to be these boys in the park. So the only way that I thought I could deal with them is by taking chilies from my fridge and spitting them in my hand.
That's the
and
one.
Just hoping, right? Thought as much.
That's the one. Yes, you
Right.
got you got to eat them all, and then you got to spit them out, and then touch
Yeah.
their
You
eyes.
know what? I was, I did that, Eddie. You know, for a little while, I was carrying chilies to school.
That would did it.
Well, you never know, right? I could handle the chili, but if I spat them in somebody's eye, that'd be it. Then I could beat them up.
That means
No,
if
you're
you're getting
supposed
your
to-
ass kicked, that means you're gonna have enough time to get the chilies,
No,
eat
what
them,
the-
put them out, and chew them up while you're getting punched in kicks.
yeah, but the reason why I didn't mow is because I was always worried about actually touching my eye with the chili and messing myself up.
I was
'Cause you're
just about
saying
to
spit
ask.
in your hand, innit?
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask. Did you assault someone with a chili?
No. I never just got. I would have done it, but I never got the chance.
Yeah. And lastly, last night, have you ever sat down and watched a film thinking, I've never seen this film before, but as you're watching it, you feel like you're in the Matrix because you start predicting everything that's happening?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I watched last night a fantastic film called Can't Hardly Wait with Jennifer Love Hewitt, and the entire cast in that film, like almost every single person in that film, like has gone on to like have a pretty decent career.
Is that the one where they're like at some sort of party and
Yeah, the
Love
whole
Hewitt's
film.
the hot girl that comes in, everyone stares at. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's got
we've
like
seen
Seth
this.
Green in it as well.
We've seen this years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like a film that I've seen.
It's a good film. I remember
Anything
like
with Jennifer Love Hewitt, we would have seen, right?
Yeah. It's it is one of those sort of, I'm watching it, I'm thinking I really like this film, right? And then I started digging into the background of the film because it came out a year before American Pie, and apparently the studio, like they basically weren't going for a PG-13, right? So they had swearing and drugs and alcohol in it. And basically, the studio was like, no, we can't market a film like that because American Pie hadn't come out at that point, and they made him take out all the swearing, all the drugs, all the alcohol reference, and turned it into this like sanitized film. So there is this like this R-rated cut like sitting in the vaults, which I would love to see.
Never got released. Oh,
Never got released. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen that film, check it out, man. I like really dug it.
So had you seen it before then?
Yeah, because I was kind of like, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking these two are going to have sex, because Seth Green gets locked in a bathroom with another chick for like almost the whole film, and there's a bit at the end where like the protagonist has been in love with like Jennifer Love Hewitt like for 4 years, but has never spoken to her. And he like basically embarrasses himself in front of everybody by like calling out to her saying I love you, and she completely like shuts him down, like saying that you've imagined this one moment that we spent together like 4 years ago, and it meant so much to you, and like to me I didn't even know it happened, and you're kind of like, oh damn, I remember watching this, I'm sure I've seen this before, either that or this really happened to me in real life, I can't remember which.
You know what? It's glad you say that because I'm sure we all watched it. Came out
Yeah,
in
we have.
1998.
Yeah.
I watched it with you.
You watched it with me?
Yeah, we watched it on video.
And the great thing about this film is it's so 90s, man. You sit there and you just think, oh man, the 90s was such a good time.
Good old days.
Yeah,
Did we watch
great
it on
soundtrack as well.
But it had been on DVD by then.
Oh, maybe DVD. Same shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You would have been going to the cinema at that. Wasn't that the point where you started going to like your trips to Park Royal every weekend?
What?
This one, we those were like blockbuster films. These sort of ones we watched.
We used to go every week, and you want to watch the most crappiest films, Eddie.
Garbage. Horror film. But it was usually, they were usually action films though. Horror films and action films.
I think the most crappiest film I ever saw there was that Genie film. Do you remember that?
Wishmaster.
Wishmaster. Worst film I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Just anyone out there who's listening, go check out Wishmaster and
don't
let
do
us know how bad it is.
Do you want to talk about The Expanse, or should we wait till you've watched these 2 episodes?
What's so good about them? Tell me that.
Right. So I will say, so the first 3 episodes, which they dropped all in one go, right, kind of plodded along. There was
I
nothing.
like them.
They were setting. I mean, yeah, they weren't bad, but they weren't great, right? They were literally setting up. Episode 4, oh my lord! Remember the end of episode 3?
Yeah.
The meteor is coming down. Episode 4, probably one of the best episodes of The Expanse, completely, right? Because so much of stuff happens in that. I do not want to tell you and spoil it, but let's just say Marcos, whatever his surname is, I can't remember. Essentially, the guy that looks like he's a male model. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He's basically the dad of the boy that what's her name went looking for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know when I say like male
Yeah.
model, he's like the really good looking guy, right? Who literally looks like he's got the hair really well done. He's got like everything sculpted. Anyway, he basically pulls a trigger and starts his war against like the Earthers and Mars.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, the guy that's like a European.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking
European
about now.
footballer, yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, and he does not hold back. Like you've thought you've seen stuff go down. You haven't seen anything yet.
Okay.
Watch it, man. Watch it.
I
And then
will.
like episode 5 then just picks up from it. Like yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you what happens because I don't want to spoil it, because you should watch it for yourself.
Son, didn't you say a little while ago that you were going back and giving it another go?
I
gave
said
up
at some
again.
point, I know I didn't actually start it because you guys are talking about it. This reminds me, The Expanse reminds me of the days when Mo used to say to me, "You got to watch this show. You got to watch," and I never used to watch it. Right? I used to cuss it off, and then he used to make me sit with him. I had no choice; just sit there. And we used to watch a show together, whatever that was. And I used to look at him at the end of the film or the show, and I used to say, "Thank you so much for bringing this into my life." I think Mo got me. I think Mo saved me from being a drug addict. Do you know that? He made me sit down. He said, "The streets aren't the right way, Simon, man. You got to sit here and watch some Star Trek."
Stay at home and watch
Way
TV.
too paranoid to ever become a drug addict.
Now, so going back to what you're saying, right? I think this is, without a doubt, this is a show that I must watch. I'm just, it's that frigging first episodes, man. That first season. I've got to get
do
through.
it.
So like 3 or 4 episodes, and then like by the end of the 4th episode, I was hooked.
Yeah, once you know, that's all you need to do is understand what it is they're talking about and the whole what everybody is. The main 3 groups of people: the Earthers, the Martians, the Belters. Once you understand all that, boom, you go.
Are you now allowed to watch a series that your wife doesn't want to watch, or do you have to sit in the corner of the flat with like your headphones on your phone?
What's that?
I said, are you allowed to watch something if your wife doesn't want to watch it?
TV her domain.
Yeah,
no, it's like one of those things. Like if both of you don't want to watch something, then like it becomes a bit more difficult, right?
Well, she watched Wonder Woman and she watched Soul with me, so like she's pretty easygoing. So like
this is highbrow.
Oh no, she wouldn't be able to watch this. She's like a no to fantasy.
But this is grounded though. This isn't like Star Trek. This is like
She would like trying to get her to.
That's even more difficult for most people. When it's grounded, it's even more because it's like too real.
Yeah.
So, Star Trek Discovery. Then, do you watch that, Eddie?
Yep.
Have you been watching that, Salem?
I haven't watched all of Discovery yet. Yeah, I know. That
was like that was your show of the year last year.
Yeah, I've got. I don't think it was the show of the year.
That was.
I think it was in my top 5. I think
it was your number 1.
I'm gonna go back now.
How do you remember this, Mo? How do you remember this?
Because I'm not a drug addict. I watch like TV.
No, but how do you remember what we liked that was number 1 a year ago?
Knowledgeable Mo.
That's rubbish. You listen to me.
Listen, he's not, because he got it wrong, and it wasn't my number 1 frigging show of the year. It was probably I know what it was. It was
had to be the boys. Had to be the boys.
Yeah,
no, I think actually, I think your number 1 show of last year, of not the year gone before, sorry, 2019. I actually remember now. I think it was Cobra Kai season 2.
No, it wasn't. It was in my top 5. I still remember.
You know
that
what?
because-
I'm gonna go and look it up, and I'm gonna like text it to you.
So Trek, remind me, Mo.
Right. So we had 2
First
episodes in
one-
the last couple of weeks.
first one that went
was
to that planet.
rubbish,
Yeah.
rubbish. Essentially, they go to a planet. It's made out of dilithium. It's for some bizarre reason the computer makes them into different people for no logical reason.
Yeah, that was
No
weird.
logical reason, because you're thinking, hold on, they've turned an alien into a human, and they've turned a human into a Trill, and plus Saru goes like, something's not right here. I
Oh,
can't
he
feel
was
my heels.
Weird. He looked
That's what
weird
he
as
looks
a
like in real.
person.
Yeah, that's what he looks like
He
in
looked
real life. Though.
horrible. He can't act as a normal person. He needs the makeup to be a good actor.
Yeah, that just wasn't a great episode. But the episode that followed it this last week, Star Trek Die Hard in Space. This was a really good episode. You know, when I say Die Hard, you know exactly the bit I'm talking about, right? You have Space Karen, Osira, who literally the episode before, I just thought she's just such a one-dimensional villain. But in this episode, suddenly she got so many layers, she got so complex. And you as a viewer are left thinking, is she on the level by saying she wants peace and an alliance, or is she just blagging and has she got a plan that we just can't see?
Yeah, she seems to be an extremist of some kind, rather than just a blind gangster like it seemed to be before.
It's not an extremist. I think what they were doing is they were contrasting like how the Federation does things and how the Emerald Chain does things is very differently, but they essentially want the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So whereas the Federation would never torture or kill people to
that's
get
it. She works because a
would.
lot of the people, like that guy in the wheelchair, had no idea that she was so.
Yeah, exactly. But like that, I think that they were trying to show you like the two different cultures.
So she's not entirely bad, but
she's not entirely bad because she was saying like she wants peace. She wants like to give the whole galaxy the spore drive technology. She wants what I thought was really funny was she goes, she wants the Federation to embrace capitalism. Which I thought was very funny. But also the stuff with Michael, right? We've seen her time and time again over the last couple of seasons, like break the rules and do what she wants when she wants. And all of a sudden, she's faced with Stamets, who has the power to make the ship jump back to basically get his husband and Adira and Saru, right? And she can't let him do that.
Yeah, good. Like he's all there bitching about, I'll never forgive you. I'm like, shut up, you selfish son of a bitch.
No, but he has got a point, right?
But this is bigger than him going back for his husband.
But yeah, but at that moment, like he's literally saying, like, I can't lose him again because A, he did die once, and B, that's his entire world, right? Whereas Michael is making the decision for him, and he's essentially saying, we came to the future with you. We sacrificed everything. This is
like how this episode started. Love. It shows that love is a disease that infects the brain as well as the heart.
But it made for such good drama, didn't it? I just loved that because what they were showing you, normally, if you'd put Michael in that position, she would just go and do what she wanted to do. And we have seen her do that.
To a degree, but she's also raised by Vulcans, so there is that level of logic that she would have been like, this is a logical thing to do.
Yeah, but she's had to choose like between saving the life of her friends or saving the entire Federation. Yeah. It's like a tough choice.
No, it ain't. It's saving 2 friends because there's 2 of them down there.
3 of them.
Who's the third?
The other one that stowed away last time, Adira.
No, there's the Doctor.
There's the Doctor. There's Saru and Adira.
I always forget that Saru. Yeah. Okay, I don't like him.
So how many? Like, because I've got to catch up now. So how many episodes have they released?
So there's 1 episode left.
How far back are you?
So I think I've watched about 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh, you got a long way to go.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, you just reminded me. You know the bad guy that we saw in episode 2, and then like we haven't seen since. The one that was with Osira. The one whose hand got all like
that guy. Yeah.
I was like, I'd completely forgotten about him until they did the previously on Star Trek.
Oh, no, I recognized him since I saw it. It's like,
I recognized him straight away, but I'd forgot that he was in it at all.
This weakness of the Federation to let every bad guy live. It never works out well. You can go
the Federation way.
You kill them, get them out of the way, so they can't come back and get revenge. It's going to be a hard watch, Salem, because it starts off decent, but it dips. It gets kind of samey for a while.
Yeah.
So fight for it.
Yeah, but I think like when you can binge watch, it's a lot better, right? Because if you watch an episode that's not great, then you just watch the next one straight away. I think they flow a little bit better.
So far, you guys reckon the season's been good? It's been mediocre?
It's been like, it started off well, then it kind of dipped, and then right at the end, it's like picking up again. This past episode, I thought was very good.
Salem's in demand. Yeah, as far as consistency goes, I think Mandalorian is a lot more consistent than what Star Trek's been. Definitely.
But I am very much looking forward to the final episode now.
That's it. So let's get into what little news we have.
Right. So, do you guys know who Richard Donner is, right?
Of course, director of Superman.
Yeah. Salem directed Superman,
Yep.
directed Lethal Weapon, directed I think The Goonies, a
Didn't
whole
know.
bunch of films.
I didn't know he did Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. So he's done I think he done at least the first two. Although I read something today that said he was involved in all of them. The dude is 90 years old, right?
Ooh.
90.
Dang.
He released a statement they've been talking about Lethal Weapon 5 for like years. And he released a thing over the weekend to say Lethal Weapon 5 is still happening. We're still trying to work out some logistics like the pandemic, the troubling situation around Mel Gibson. But he goes, it will be the last film I direct. And by the time we start directing, I will be 91.
I don't see why you do they're too old to be cops anymore. What's his face was saying that he was literally in the very first film about to retire. So what's he doing now?
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. Like, what's the story going to be?
Well, maybe they are retired, right?
But what can
like
they
you're saying,
do?
They come out of
who knows?
retirement.
They used to be cops. You know they're freaking crazy. Who knows what they're gonna do?
Oh, you know what the plot will be, right? It's like the pandemic is happening. We're on lockdown. We need more cops to like patrol the beat. We're bringing the old ones out of retirement.
They got to be in their 60s by now.
Mel Gibson is definitely well into his 60s. Danny Glover must be in his 70s by now.
Yeah,
Danny Glover was old at the beginning.
He was like 10 years older. Jeez. God.
Why? Wait, I've got to ask the question. Obviously, we all loved a bit of Lethal Weapon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what was the one with Jet Li in it?
That was the last one.
That's number 4.
Yeah, even that one was fun when they were pretty old.
Yeah.
They're good.
So I mean, like, they are fun films. Wouldn't you like to see them back?
It gets to a point where it's ridiculous. You don't take a decade or 20 years away from something and come back to it.
So Mel Gibson was born in 56, right? So that makes him like in his mid-60s. And Danny Glover was born in 46, so that makes him in his mid-70s.
Wow. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much of a gap, man.
And so you've got that, and then you've got your director who's like 91 years old.
Then again, the director of Mad Max, George something or other, he's very old as well. He's getting up there. Look at the movie he made.
He did make a very good film, but you've got like Ridley Scott, who's being a bit patchy at the moment, and he's like what in his late 70s, early 80s.
Ridley, yeah.
But 90, I mean, imagine like directing a film is a stressful business, right? But even if everything goes smoothly, like you don't want that at 91.
No, man, no, fuck.
I wonder why he selected that film.
Like, maybe just enjoys the process. He enjoys the guys, maybe. Sometimes that's what it takes, isn't it? You enjoy the characters, you enjoy the actors that you're working with. Yeah, and it's in LA, so he doesn't got to go nowhere from where he lives.
Yeah, but who knows when that's going to happen? Because if you look at our next story,
about a month ago this happened. We're taking a long time to talk about this one.
Well, I mean, it's been like the Christmas kind of break. So basically, in the what's next story?
Yeah, Tom Cruise, then, yeah, that's what you're getting into?
No.
Oh, okay.
The next story is about two dozen shows have essentially stopped filming in Los Angeles because of COVID, because of how bad it's gotten over there. Apparently, I was watching something today, not just in Los Angeles, like loads of places in the US, like hospitals are at just maximum capacity.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen over here as well with all the films and stuff.
already
But
is,
that
isn't it?
does transition into the Tom Cruise thing as well. It's like
Yeah,
one big
it will
story.
do in a minute. Yeah, so Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Ted Danson's Mr. Mayor, Good Girls, even Netflix Have I Ever. They've all basically had to go on like hiatus while things calm down.
Did we ever mention the Canadian Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I think we did talk about it once. I think you
Ooh.
mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer the other day.
Yeah.
It's the most bizarre.
Are you
film.
gonna watch it?
I don't. No, I'm not. It's like very cheap, but it's just the same characters, but with Canadian accents. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
It's
it's. I don't know what to say about this because I can imagine at some point like TV is just going to dry up, right? Even Netflix won't have like anything new to like release.
it doesn't except for shows that I really want to see, like the next Witcher and certain ones. In the most part, I don't really care because there is so much to watch and catch up on. That you don't
There
really
is that, but like
watch it that
sometimes
much.
you just want the excitement of the new stuff, right? Even though like you've got like all this old stuff that you haven't bothered watching and you never probably
So
will,
have
right?
you.
Like
You've got
Cobra Kai.
all these iconic films that you
Yeah, but
missed.
but this is it, isn't it? I mean, like, you know, there are so many movies, TV shows,
Yeah, but
and
you
so
want to
many
watch the new stuff.
classics.
You want to watch like the next seasons of your
You
favorite
haven't seen
shows.
Godfather yet.
There is
so-
no greater feeling than stumbling across a TV show you never knew, or
There
you
is
just didn't
that.
bother, and there's like 5 seasons to catch
Yeah.
up
Oh no,
on.
absolutely.
That's
I'm going
the
through that.
greatest feeling.
I am going through that right now. I came across a show I'd never even heard of, and it's got 6 seasons
What's that
called
one?
Superstore. And it's basically
I've
a
heard of that.
comedy just set in a supermarket. And apparently in season 6, they are actually doing like COVID episodes.
Oh, okay. See, Salem's got that with no, It's Always Sunny. He's never bothered to watch that, but that's one that was just sitting there. 12 seasons.
Oh,
Can you imagine that feeling of
dude.
having 12 seasons of that show to watch?
No, it's 14 seasons.
Oh shit.
Jeez,
Yeah.
14.
That's a good thing. Like usually it's a daunting thing when you have that many, but with something like Always Sunny, that'd be heaven.
That should be the show. Like if you only watch shows in like 20-minute increments when you're having your cup of tea in the morning,
Impossible.
that's what you should watch.
Impossible. One leads into another. Should introduce the wife to it as well. Be curious. That'd be
What's
fun.
their sense of humor like?
Is it dark?
Dark. What did you mean by that? Dark.
Because the show's dark. See, she needs to have a dark sense of humor.
Speaking of Dark, she actually really enjoyed Dark.
Oh, she watched.
She watched Dark.
Yeah.
See, that's another one I got to watch.
Did you watch it with her?
I don't know. It's in German, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
so
watch
she.
it.
Oh, so she could probably. Can you speak German?
Yeah, she's fluent in German.
Ah.
Yeah, so because
Yeah.
she's fluent in German, she watched the whole show. For her, it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
even I told her about the one of your was it top fives of TV shows from last year, to do with was it the Roman Empire or
Barbarians.
Yeah,
Barbarians?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
so
I think is in Latin though, isn't
no,
it?
it's also in German as well.
Yeah, the things are Jermaine.
Yeah, so yeah, she's
Oh, did she watch it?
I don't know if she's going to watch it or not, but you know,
Shit.
you kind of get a taste of what sort of TV show she likes.
Cool. Well, if you like, I mean, well, Dark is very like is a fantasy show, right? It's like time travel and all that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah. You handle that.
So I think she's lying to you, Salim.
Oh,
maybe.
Salim's the one. He's the gatekeeper of expansion. He doesn't want to, because he don't want to watch it. He doesn't want her to watch it.
Just keeping with COVID. Obviously, yesterday we had an explosive tape being released, but there was an even more explosive tape released a couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas, with Tom Cruise. I don't know if you've heard it, Salim.
No, go on. What's this?
So, do you remember a few years ago the Christian Bale tape that came out?
Yeah.
It's nowhere near
imagine-
as bad as that.
It almost is.
Nowhere
though.
near as bad
So
as that.
imagine like that sort of energy with like Tom Cruise essentially like basically saying to like the people on the set, saying, I can't remember, did he actually swear?
Yeah.
He did swear, right? He was saying like,
right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make take down movies. We are creating thousands of jobs.
Basically, what he's doing, he's screaming at his.
Yeah. What's this about?
He's screaming at his crew because they were breaking the COVID protocols because they're
'Cause they were
shooting here.
standing, yeah, because they were standing closer than 2 meters together.
So
Was that
he couldn't
specifically
just
it?
say
I thought
nice-
someone snuck off set or something and brought
Yeah.
McDonald's. They were
No,
just because
no.
they were standing next to each other.
Yeah.
That's
Sitting next to each other, probably chit chatting. And I mean, he literally goes. He starts going off on like, they shut us down. You can't put food on your table. You can't like send your kids to school. Can't like pay for their education. Like he felt, the man was very passionate about keeping that film going.
That is not practical. Everybody
No.
can't be. Was it 2 feet or whatever?
2 meters.
That's not practical if you're filming. Sometimes you need to be next to someone to.
Yeah, but they
carry
weren't filming.
something.
Those were like, I think like it was like the production crew like putting stuff together.
Wow.
But
That sounds a bit messed up.
It's a bit messed up. He is going to rap, but to be fair to him, he wants to keep this movie going because it has been shut down a whole bunch of times already.
Nicely.
Hold up. But if they're supposed to be all quarantined together in this one little camp that they're all living in, so
Who knows?
surely they've been tested.
Yeah, I don't know how realistic it is to actually keep people locked up in a little camp for like a couple of months. I don't actually think they're able to do that.
Yeah.
And apparently 5 people have quit the production since that rant.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, fuck this guy. Talk to me like that. You bastard. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. So on the one hand, I completely get where he's coming from, right? Because he's responsible for getting that film made and bringing it on budget.
No, because I've even seen on set pictures and he isn't standing 2 meters from everybody around him. He's sitting there.
Yeah, I
poking
begin to
around
think
with
there's
director.
on set.
Well,
When you're acting,
you know that saying, do as I say, not as I do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it's if that is there has to be more. That's just too much of a simple little thing to
yeah,
be.
it can't be, man. It can't be that he lost his shit just because
Well,
of
it's
2
probably-
meters.
he's probably just seeing it.
Brought his buddy to the set, just hanging out or something.
He's probably just seeing it again and again and again, right? He's probably told people so many times and then he just lost it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
Reckon
I mean,
Boris-
we all work in offices. We know exactly how it is, right? You can tell people the same thing every single day, and they still go and ignore you and do as they want.
Yeah.
Do you reckon if our prime ministers and our presidents spoke like that, people would listen?
They did. Trump.
Yeah, if you haven't heard his tape that came out yesterday, I highly recommend you go and listen to
the
it.
Georgian,
Oh
yeah.
yes, I
Yeah.
have heard about this.
Yeah,
Just need 11,000 votes.
just recalculate.
Find them somewhere.
Now, if that's not a crime, I don't know what is. But what's even more of a crime, MGM are putting themselves up for sale for £3.75 billion. Imagine that. Like, there are like tech startup companies that have sold for more than that.
That is so cheap. Makes me
I really wish like I could do a whip
so
around and say, boys, let's
I know.
buy a movie studio.
I wish. Literally. Like if you were like Elon Musk or something, wouldn't you be tempted just to buy the whole
Well,
studio?
3.75 billion, absolutely. You know, you've got to be Netflix, Apple, Amazon. They've got to all be eyeing this one up, right?
This is cheaper than what Lucasfilm or Marvel were. It's like, wow.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you think how much like Netflix's like yearly content spend is, I think that's $12 billion or something. For a fraction of this, they get like a whole back catalog of films. They get a whole bunch of IP. They could get like the James Bond IP and make a James Bond TV series.
Yeah, definitely. Apple will have to be looking at this because they really.
Oh,
need
absolutely.
content.
Yeah. I absolutely think Apple will be the front runner for this, and which really saddens me because then Stargate, any new Stargate will be locked behind like an Apple Pay subscription. And the biggest thing they've got in their library at the moment is I think it's the Bond movies. I think they own Rocky, and because there was some sort of weird deal done, whereas Warner Brothers owns Lord of the Rings, but they own The Hobbit.
Oh, that's a mess.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange thing that's happening.
Is it just they're not making any money? Is it
Mate,
to do with COVID?
They
Is it...
have been in financial ruin for
Yeah.
years. There's nothing to do with COVID. They've been in financial doo-doo for a
It-
long time.
Baffles me, man. Why these older studios have such a hard time adapting? Because
Poor
it's not,
leadership.
yeah, but it's like, why is it all these older ones which seem to not be able to? Because they're being run
It's-
by the people of the same age as everyone
No,
else. So
it's poorly. No. You'd imagine like because it's an old studio, it's probably still got old people in charge who
oh, it can't
are
be.
always like my way. Like you don't get many people. You don't get like people like Bob Iger come along very often who are so visionary, who can basically say we may have been doing things the same way we've always been doing them, but to go to the next level. Because remember when Bob Iger took over at Disney?
Yeah,
Disney were in loads of trouble, right?
They're in big issues.
Yeah, you need like somebody who can come along, who has that vision to like take you from a failing studio to like myriatic.
But
No,
for as
you know what,
long as
rise.
they've been going, it's just it's crazy.
Yeah. It's
Paramount,
very crazy. Yeah,
everywhere.
the thing like if you think about it, in the 70s and 80s, they were killing it.
Yeah. And
Do
that
you
was
remember like all the films from your youth that has like the tiger at the front?
yeah, and that was when Disney were having problems before they had their renaissance with Lion King and Little Mermaid and all of that.
Damn, man. So you know, I'm willing to pop in a few £100 if you guys want to like
Yeah.
put in some money as
Let's
well.
do
Let's buy it. Buy our own movie
Do it.
studio.
Check behind the couch, old
Yeah.
Colts.
Can you
see what we
imagine if
find.
Disney like saying 3.75 billion?
Do you think they'd be allowed to? They bought so many other little studios. There comes a point where governments are going to be like, yeah, you bought too much now. You've
think
got
those
too much of the big. You got too much of the percentage of yearly. You know the biggest films were like,
but-
was it 60% last in 2019?
Yeah, but
or
you know how it is in America. You just put enough money in someone's pocket, and it'll be like, yeah, don't worry, go along.
Who knows?
You buy enough senators off, pay them enough cash.
Yeah, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, they all got to be looking at this like,
Absolutely, and like you said, I think Apple like 3.75 billion for them is like chump change. Literally, is chump change.
And I was literally thinking, I want to watch the Rocky films again. So somebody buy it quick so I can sit and watch them.
Probably buy the Blu-ray box set for like 15 quid or something.
Yeah, but who wants to fuck around with discs? You just want to press a button. It's there.
Probably buy them on Amazon.
The last time I watched any of these, I just can't be asked. Pick them
I'm saying
up,
like,
open the
so-
case.
hold on. So the next time you come over, bring that True Blood with you. Not the drink, the box set.
You know what? I reckon most of that stuff Mo will buy.
I'm surprised
Look at
it hasn't
that
already.
that box set, the one with the. You know what? You should start putting it all on auction. You know.
You know what? I've got that one. Is that the myth in the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
You're the
got
one who
that
got
one.
a set. Is it?
Yeah, you bought it for yeah, we all got
The
one.
worst bloody movie ever of Jackie
You know
Chan.
what? You know what's really
was.
funny? I still haven't seen it.
So bad. Did you and me try to sit down together and watch it?
I don't have any recollection of watching the myth.
You know what?
Right.
I remember when you used to get these limited edition box sets, and you would like literally send us pictures, or you would open them up and say,
Oh, I still
"Look what
get 'em,
I've
mate.
got."
I just now post them on our Instagram.
Oh, that one was real good. The
Which
what's his face one? The anime one.
Oh yeah, so
was
on the
well.
weekend I posted Weathering with You, The Tremors, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Happening with Disney, man. Finally, they're stepping up to more mature content in February. They're adding a new channel, Stars. I got an email about it this morning. Now I'm seeing websites talking about all the things that they're going to be putting on it.
So are they actually telling you what they're putting on there?
To start with, they're starting with like the big popular stuff. So 24, Lost.
Ooh.
I know what what's it? How I Met Your Mother or whatever, and yeah, a whole bunch of shows. So
Oh right.
Stars.
So
Oh,
does
Die
that
Hard.
now make it worth? Like how do you? Because I know you've had the subscription for a while. How do you? Have you watched enough stuff on there to make that $6.99 or whatever it is a month worthwhile?
I do, because I started watching Clone Wars again. There's always stuff to watch. Like I said, the Pixar stuff's always fun to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I want to watch The Incredibles again. But yeah, with this next one, it gives you a whole different feel of proper shows. Some FX shows are going to be on there.
I was going to
apparently.
say, if all that stuff is there, I might just sign up this evening then, because I think you can still buy like a whole year at $59.99, so at a discount. I think I get 2 months free in that.
Yeah, it's $5.99.
Oh, did you get
month.
it when it was discounted, Eddie?
Yeah. So it's $5.99 a month right now, but when that Stars comes up, it's gonna go up to $7.99.
Yeah, but if I buy like a whole year now, I can just
Yeah,
buy it at $5.99.
Yeah. So be worth it. Oh, X-Files. I've been wanting, like we speaking about that more. We've been wanting to go back and watch.
Oh
it.
yeah, I've been watching it because I bought the box set, man.
Yeah. So now that's gonna be on there as well. So yeah.
Oh, now all of a sudden, like, no, why are you watching that? It's so boring. But now Eddie will watch it all the way to the end, but leave the final like episode or something.
Yeah. So is that it? We got any more?
That's it. That's our news section over.
So, well, how can they get in contact with us if they wish to do
Folks,
so?
if you want to email us, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tweet us, we are Talking Movies 3. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are Talking at the Movies.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, Voltron Network, 2 separate words. We can watch the video of this. Give us a like, show us some love. All right, so from me, Eddie Reese.
Me, Mo.
And Salah.
See you guys next week. Bye.